What if humans lived for 500 years? Just imagine it for a second. 5 full centuries to learn, grow, love, and maybe even get a little bit bored sometimes. It sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, right? But what would life actually look like if this was our reality? Would we spend centuries chasing dreams, or would we end up procrastinating for, 300 years before even getting started? Today, let's dive into this crazy, fascinating idea and imagine how our world would completely change if living for half a millennium was the norm. Right off the bat, the way we live our lives would be flipped upside down. Forget about midlife crises at 40, you'd be hitting your midlife panic at, 250. Childhood and teenage years would stretch way longer too. You could be a kid until you're 80 or 90 years old, still figuring out how to ride a bike or pass your math classes while your parents, looking only slightly older, keep nagging you to get your life together already. Education would take forever. Imagine being in school until you're 120 just trying to get your basic degrees. Universities would need to create whole new courses just for people who have been majors for the last 50 years. And careers? People wouldn't be retiring at 65 anymore. You could have 3 or 4 full careers in one lifetime. Be a doctor for 100 years, then switch it up and become a rock star, then maybe run for president at age 300. Why not? As time goes on, the long-term effects would get even crazier. Population control would become a huge issue. If people didn't die off every 70 to 80 years, cities would swell to unbelievable sizes. We might see cities stacked in layers, like vertical megacities reaching into the sky. Relationships would change too. Marriages would probably come with some kind of century renewal clause. I mean, till death do us part hits differently when death is 450 years away. Dating apps would have to ask stuff like, are you looking for a 50-year partner or a full 400-year commitment? And kids, oh man, people might wait until they're 200 before even thinking about starting a family because, hey, what's the rush? Globally, humanity would transform beyond recognition. Imagine the level of wisdom and experience individuals would accumulate. Artists would create masterpieces over centuries. Scientists would be able to spend hundreds of years on a single project, making discoveries that today would take dozens of lifetimes. You could literally master every single instrument, every language, every skill you ever dreamed of. Technology would likely leap forward at a ridiculous speed because of all the accumulated knowledge staying alive and being built upon directly. But there would also be downsides. Wealth gaps could become even worse, with the rich staying rich for centuries. Political leaders might hang on to power for hundreds of years unless strict term limits were enforced. The environment would be under extreme pressure too. More people, more consumption, more need for sustainable living or even colonizing other planets just to spread out the human race. Emotionally, living for 500 years would be a roller coaster like no other. Imagine the number of friends, lovers, and even children you would see come and go through the centuries. Grief could pile up, making emotional resilience one of the most important life skills. Or maybe, just maybe, people would grow to appreciate moments more, realizing that even with centuries at their disposal, happiness still comes from the simple, fleeting experiences, like a sunset, a laugh, a great song, or a quiet moment with someone you love. You might live 500 years, but you'd still need to find a way to make each day count, or risk losing yourself in endless time. So, what if humans lived for 500 years? The world would be packed with opportunities and challenges. We'd have time to become legends, to change the world several times over, to love deeper, to dream bigger. But we'd also have to rethink how we live, love, and leave a mark. What do you think? Would 500 years be a blessing or a burden? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mind-bending what-if adventures here at What If Factory. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep wondering, and always keep asking, what if?